Welcome to Study 101 on Shabbat. Okay, so mine was doing some kind of thinking, and that scripture that came from the Bible. Think on these things. So, guess what? Let me look up that scripture and read it. Why is that not staying where it needs to be? And it should, definitely. So, sharing study points. We find them. Okay, so let me go to this window here. All right. So, how did you get this, right? Well, let's go and find those study points there. First, went here. Well, actually, this was the first step. Think on these things. So, went to look for that. Found Philippians 4 and 8, which could be a popular verse for some. Of course, that is the scripture that came to this mind. Let these be the considerations which guide your thoughts and direct your motives. Sounds like more than a plan. Sounds like just being and part of existence and not a practice. So let's go back. Let's see. Think on these things, Philippians 4:8. So chose one of those, especially when I saw meditate on these things, which is a different way of looking at thinking. And actually, when you're thinking on something and it continues to be on your mind, you're actually meditating. So, yes, study 101, right? So, what happened was one of those was clicked on. Let's go to the one that was clicked on here and looked at the Philippians 4, 8, 9. And not sure how much you all could see. So, let me read. I'm going to read this one. Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to that reading. Whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is any praise worthy, meditate on these things. Wow. Hmm. Just stick. So, trying to do something. Say, wait. The next one, which is a different kind of King James Version, says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. Famous verse, one that really stuck with me before this. And after a while, after you've had something for so long, sometimes it's good to let the change come in and grow. So the word meditate actually stuck. This one actually stuck with me more. This one, the first one. And it's from the New King James Version versus the Old King James Version. And yet a lot of things have been changing. So what my thoughts were to do today was to actually write them down. Let's say, think on just, pure, lovely, things of a good report. Let's just go and take it a little further. Let's find these words in Hebrew. Yeah. And write them and learn them and kind of get them into a whole different perspective and let's go up higher. So then my search started with the very first one, which was whatever things are true. True. Somehow we got on pure instead of true, and that actual word stuck with me more than actually all the rest. So, what's pure in Hebrew? So we did a little search here. Oh no, what I found was honest. Ooh, let's get this right. Honest was the very first one. And do we see honest in the list? Ooh, so we just need to do this one again. Honest should be there. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest is the second one. Noble. Odd. So here it is. Noble is not a word that's used with me every day. Not sure if it's used with a lot of people every day, but it is noble. And to me, it has honor. So the second one over here says honest, which seems to be what noble was. If you allow me to share, this is what was found. Honest in Hebrew, Yashar. Yashar. That sounds familiar to me. Yashar. Okay. And then it said how to say honest in Hebrew. And it has the word Yashar there, which means straight, right, straightforward, straight, right, honest. That makes sense. And as I looked at some of these things going downward, how to say honest in Hebrew, it has righteous, equity, straightness. Okay, so far, so good. Yashar could also be Yosher. Okay. See how they changed the vowels from A's to E's, but it still means the same. All right. Yashar, still straightness, still upright. Hey, sounds familiar. Translate feudal honest. Okay. Then something happened. Not sure if you guys are actually looking at this, but I'm scrolling and scrolling. Transaction honest, honest, repeat means the same, moral. All right, so I got past this. Something struck me though. It said honest and it said Yashar. Then it has your share. So guess what? Let's look up Yashar. So I actually went to Yashar Hebrew meaning. Google knows some things, but not all Google. So I actually went to use this browser. Yeah, that's like the Edge browser, and it gives a better explanation. To me, it seems to have more when it comes to Hebrew words sometimes. And Google has its moments too. Um, Not pinpointing anything or any product or anything. That's just what I'm using at this time. And it's upright. It's what was received from the search, Yashar Hebrew meaning. So it means being upright. And although usually translated as upright, was also occasionally translated as straight. It was the idea of a solid, straight, upright line or path that led to the Most High, which actually makes sense to me in so many different ways. And He was the upright one who would guide us along the path. Yes, we're not getting into that. That brought out more of Yashar. So we started with honest. Thought we was going to get through a list of this word and that word and that word. And honest seemed like it should have been with the truth. And it just went from one thing to another. Because if we look at it, it actually had more than one. So honest here. Think on these things. Actually, what I'm going to do is restart this. Got a little somewhere in here. Whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are honest, whatever things are just. So you can get lost in all these little different things. Yashar being upright, that's pretty excellent there. It's saying the same thing. It's not where it stopped at. So this is where we went to. The search changed because this was found. Yashar El. And where was it found? In the upright page. Go back. There it is. Upright. So scroll down. We found that, which is great reading. And then what is the root word of Yashar? Oh, root words. Yeah, that makes sense. In this definition, Strong points to Sarah, the word Shar, and El. No, we didn't have L, but then after looking at it, that's why Yashar sounded so familiar. Yashar, it did sound familiar. Yasharal, that makes sense. Israel, Yasharal, it's the same thing. Israel, Yasharal. It's just they changed the letters, but it's the same meaning. Yeah, it's the same. So in this definition, they added L, which made me realize, wait a minute, that's why it's so familiar. Okay, past that point. L is the root word for God. L is God. It's like the word for God, not the God, the word. However, we can easily see this word. That's according to them. Yashar, meaning upright and straight, just like getting to the Almighty One, the Most High. And then El, which means the Most High. Some points to them. Many people use this today. They're not really knowing what they're really saying. El, elder, and don't try to tell them that they're an El. It would not be all. Anyways, whole different story. Hence, the real word here, which is Yashar, Israel, Yashar. See how the letters change? Yisrael. They even pronounced it Israel without the Y actually being there, but it's there when you look at it in print. Yashar El is two words, and so is Israel. And it's actually saying straight God, pure God, honest God, in that kind of way. Don't ask where the word pure came from. It's just something that was there. Okay, so after tapping to see what was going on, this is what I found. Israel, Yasharal. Which is it? Well, of course, this starting from the beginning, original would be definitely it. And it gives a whole line of things about why they're changing the Bible and why they're putting the name Yah. Okay. Why they're putting different things in the Bible that wasn't there because they were supposed to be there originally. They weren't out there. How do we get into this? We're recording. So, yeah, scrolling down because there is a lot here that is not what we were going to actually get into. But if you like to read it, you can maybe put your screen on slow motion, especially with this and when it goes up to YouTube. There is a portion where you can actually put it in slow motion and do some reading and read all of this as I go down, as the screen goes upward. You can go slower and you can stop and pause and read as you go. If you're not getting blockage from a television screen or a third screen. Okay. So then, yeah, that was the scrolling because that wasn't, all of that wasn't what the main thing that was going to read. However, there was some glancing through it. And those that have not found that information or haven't been open to it in the past, this is really good information to look at to help you begin to realize what your practice really is and where your heart is, if that's something that you wanted to go into, because how there is a parable in the Bible about the sun and the seeds and things of that sort, where the sun came out and shined on the seeds, but because they weren't in solid ground and they weren't in the ground where they can grow, they burned when the sun came out. So let's catch that, okay? Let's catch this being seeds. Well, um, or you being the seed, or the being like as a seed, and the light, which is the word, which shines, that gives you light, because the actual word gives you light. The truth shall come and the truth shall set you free. So the actual word gives you light. So it's the sun, and it's shining down on you. And then all of a sudden, you begin to burn. Why are you burning? Burning into nothingness. Burning right out of the scriptures, right out of love, right out of connection with other people, right out of oneness. Why? Because what you thought was real wasn't what really was. But when the truth came, it was too much to bear. Let it not be so for you. just making that steady point in where it was thought that this one might be changed to another video. I mean, these are moments that are in the presence and in the now, and can't get that information. Can't get this now. It's now. It's not coming back. It's the present moment, and yeah, we're keeping this one. Now it's good. Now it's not the past. The past is gone. Now it's not the future, but it is now. Though it makes the future, it is still the presence. And that's where our Most High is. Everywhere in our presence. And your presence is always. How do we get into that? Let's get back to Yashar. Being straight, being on the right path, being straight L's. Let's talk life, right? But Yasharel alone, okay, it's in red. Let's read this one. And the Creator of all things blessed it, but he did not sanctify all peoples and nations to guard the Shabbat thereon, but Yasharel alone. Them alone he permitted to eat and drink and to guard the Shabbat there on the earth, which makes sense. Only those that actually came into the oneness of being, straight and honest, God, straight and honest, God, alone. Them alone he permitted to eat and drink and to guard the Shabbat. Yashar. What did we call you? Even the Messiah has called us El. But of course, you have to be open to the light of who we really are in order to receive the true living word as a living word in your life. Thank you for being with us today. Kind of missed the point of getting all of those down, and it seems like it's been a moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this out for now. We made it through one word. Yay! Not all words, but one word.